this is gonna be a review of Diablo beta that happened last week. Yeah. So I thought about re-recording the video because I realized that the one that I uploaded previously is a bit shitty lah. There's some weird background noise that's going in the back. I cannot seem to remove it, and it seems quite bad on the recording. And also, yeah, and I just thought to re-record and think add a bit more details and go into more details about how the experience it has been for me as a casual in while I played the game. So yes, so maybe just a brief experience of what I did when I was playing, and well, I played the ARPG. So I think I have never played any of the Diablo games or any Blizzard games as whole. The only ARPG that I have ever played was actually PoE, and I only played one season. I finished the whole campaign and reached to the end, run a few maps, and I quit. So one of the few reasons that I thought the reason why I stopped playing the game was because of how complex and how complicated the whole mechanics of the game is. Um, you know, I think the first time when I saw the skill tree, I was like, what hell am I looking at? It's so there's so many nodes, so many things to look up, and mm, and I was thinking of wanting to make a build on my own actually while this current, but I realized after a while I was so confused and it's so confusing about how to do so. And so in the end, like like what all people advise is to look up the build, follow the build and follow along. But you know, part of PoE there's still many parts of it there's also that they have to learn, stuff like the atlas for map while you're doing map, like the atlas, or maybe very basic mechanics such as like how to sell your items like pots and your jewels. How do you sell them together to obtain some certain items that you like, certain trees, or sell with equipment to get certain like tree slot jewels or etc. of things that you get. And there's so many mechanics in the game. So when I will and I played the game to the end. I thought maybe I could fiddle around with the build, and I realized my build still sucks. After I fiddled it, it couldn't make it. So and yeah, and I the amount of effort that I had to take to I thought of that I have to go and relearn everything and really to understand the whole thing. I I was lazy. I just didn't want to do it because PoE wasn't a main game that I was playing. I I was working and studying at the side too, so like I didn't have so much time to play. So PoE is supposed to be a game that I played on the side while I played Final Fantasy 14 actually. So I was so lazy to relearn everything, so I kind of stopped after one season. So when Diablo 4 came out, and I've been watching a few videos, and people have been saying how before the beta release, how it's supposed to be casual, friendly, and easy. I thought for me this was a great moment for me to jump into the game because I wanted to play try out an ARPG again, and Diablo being such an iconic franchise is a great time for me to go in and try give it a shot. So yes, I want but no, I wanted to play the early access beta actually, but like all betas, there's some bug going on, especially in Singapore. Somehow the server wasn't working very well. None of the NPCs was loading. I couldn't interact with anything in the map, so I didn't get a chance to play the early beta, access beta. So I only managed to get to play during the open access beta. And yes, and I decided to play a necromancer class. And I finished the whole campaign, and I finished the whole campaign finished the whole campaign of the game and reached max level lah. So the reason I picked necromancer, as a casual is very simple. I went online, was watching some YouTube videos, and I saw one of Asmongold's clips saying that uh, necromancer it's OP. I saw it and decided to play, and there's a class I ran with. So let me get into overall I had fun playing Diablo 4. It was a breeze. I played on veteran, I think, yeah, veteran, and I thought the game was fun. It was fun running through the dungeons and stuff, and fun making my own builds. So now maybe I'll go into more details about the different aspects of the game that what I found, what I liked, and what I didn't like while I played the game as a casual. So the first thing is like the graphics and sound. I thought the graphics and sound is really good. I really like graphics. Uh, it is. I mean, given it's the ARPG and stuff, it's really the graphics is super good. Really, as compared to, should yeah, as compared to maybe like PoE and stuff. It is really good for given what it is. The sound is very immersive as well. If you watch at the cutscenes and things, it's very immersive. And yeah, and I really enjoyed watching through like when the leaf appeared during the opening scene is freaking sick lah. Yeah. So next maybe we talk about the UI. I so the first thought when I first boot out the game and I saw the UI, the first thought I had was that it looks like a mobile game UI. It's quite hilarious. So it's a typical just have a few skill slots at the bottom. When you open a character menu, there's this whole weird ass character menu with various stats displayed at the side, some like strength and defense, and you have this whole box with all your inventory items. It is it's really simple, easy to catch if you play if you had played any games before. I think you know what it is, what the inventory character looks like, whether you equip your different items. I think it's compared to PoE for me, which was a little more confusing when I first look at the UI, especially like in terms of like the skills, what to put into the skill. The roll is very simple. Just one row, 4 skills. Put in the different skills that you want into the different section and click the button. I was playing on the controller, actually. So yeah, and yes, so I I think that the game, I think they primarily build it for controller, based on what I feel when I look at the UI. Because if I played it it was very conducive for me when I played it on the controller. Everything is super simple. But I could see that if you wanted to play on a keyboard, it might be a bit irritating. Especially what I heard, there's no WASD movement, right? I think playing a controller is not a problem because I'm just using joystick movement. I don't have that issue. So no, so next maybe I talk about like in terms of itemization. I think it was easy to understand. I think especially like if you talk about like the legendaries and the and rares, look at the stat, you know what is he talking about. Close enemy, distant enemies. The stats is specific to the particular skill that you'll be using, and you very much your build is centered around the legendary that is gonna drop, which as a casual is for me is simple. I just if something a legendary drop, I look at the legendary. If I like it, if it's good for a build that I'm using, I'll just use it. Or I saw a legendary drop and I make a build surrounding that legendary. Because the respect cost at low level, at least up 25, is really cheap. So like based on legendary that is dropped, you can easily just respect accordingly around the legendary that you obtain. Also, I like the fact that you can actually salvage the sorry, salvage is not the right word, to make your legendary that you like into aspect. And because I think especially for a casual, I especially if you manage to get a good aspect at a low level, I don't really want to refarm that specific item again at higher levels. And the fact that if I have this aspect that is really good for my build, I can easily for at least once transfer it to a higher level equipment that I managed to get. Maybe if it's a rare that's really good, it's really good stats but doesn't have the aspect I need, I can easily just transfer it over. And it saves a lot of time and effort, especially for me who's not gonna know life this Diablo 4, gonna play thousands of hours over it. So now maybe we talk about like the skills and building a character. I thought the skills is really easy, as compared to I don't really want to go with PoE, but if you go back to compare it to PoE, is the number of nodes and stuff is really little. There's nothing There's not too much nodes and skill tree that I look into, at least up to level 25. When I try to go build, it's very easy for me to just move stuff around, choose different skills, just go out and try it out, take a shot, try it out, see if it's working or not. You know, it's very intuitive, but after a while you realize that there's always it's very clear cut which is the best build to use lah. So and I mean as me casual it's easy ah. That's just I'm just gonna use the most the build that gives push at the largest numbers, biggest damage, and that's about it. And for me that is good. In my eyes it's easy for me to play the game. So maybe talk about the dungeon or difficulty of the experience. So I think when I played, at least like just from the start, some of the dungeons got repetitive. I mean, technically, I'm only playing the Act 1, so all the dungeons are quite similar after a while. Because it's always the same thing: go around, kill the mobs, find some, or you have to operate some device or something, pick up some item, put it on, door open, kill the boss. That's about it. But maybe because I have prior PoE experience, I thought the difficulty of veteran is not too difficult. Actually, it's surprisingly easy. Yeah, I was expecting it to be a lot harder lah, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I mean that's good. That's good too. But I wouldn't mind if there was one more difficulty that was like extremely hard. Really, that really challenges you even from low level. So now maybe we talk about the exploration aspect because Diablo 4 is not just an ARPG, it has a lot of MMO aspects which includes a lot of exploration, going around, looking for different items, looking for different lily altars. Those are very fun. I think it forces you to go around the whole map to look at everything. I mean, it's supported by they have good graphics and good environment design, which I really like. And the fact that you can go around to look at those stuff is pretty awesome. Makes you go to try out the different dungeons, yeah, and by the different mobs experience the game differently, or every part of the game. But I think there's just one thing is that I hope that the renown during exploration, because when you do exploration game renown, I hope this renown thing is permanent. I don't have to do every season, because I know as a casual, if I have to, I'm sorry, but if after one season it tells me that the whole renown is reset, I'm just gonna stop playing the game, because the renown carries quite a bit of power, the extra skill points and stuff. And I mean, if not, it's not just EXP and gold. There's the part of like skill points, extra pot and things, and those are carry quite a bit of uh it's very useful in your build, especially. So you'll be losing out to compared to others who have never completed who has completed the exploration nodes and gotten fully farm out the renown. So as a casual, the fact that I'm losing out so much just because you guys are not, just because it's not, this renown is being resetted every season, especially every 3 months. It's such a waste of my time, right? I have to do this over and over again. So honestly, I probably would stop playing just because of that. Because it's a waste of effort. Yeah, so I think overall, I think I had a very good time playing the game. I cannot wait forward for its opening launch and stream it online and see what and play the game. I think I'm probably either gonna play Sorcerer or Necromancer on my first character run. Yeah. And yeah, so if you like so I think that's all for my review. Sorry for the bad background for the first videos. I'm just re-uploading this. But if you like what you're watching, please drop a sub and a like. And if you have any suggestions, so leave in the comments. And I'd love to hear what you guys think too. So thanks for watching. Bye guys.